Hey y'all, this is Dale, and we are back in Hytale. And now, as promised, what we're going to do today is we're going to do a quick tour of the Inn and Tavern, just so you can see how I laid out all the rooms. We really don't have any of the decorations in yet, but I do plan on having that done by the end of the episode, and then we'll run through another tour with all the decorations in so that you guys can see what we did. I'm sure over time we're going to end up changing the decorations. It's a work in progress. We're early in early access, and the more opportunities that we get, we're going to try all of them, and we'll find something that we like and make it a little more permanent, I'm sure. But right now, where we are right now is we're in the bridge across to the tavern. So this little area is going to be one of the dining areas for the tavern. And then up and behind us was the balcony. This is one of the rooms of the inn. This is a second room for the inn. I'll probably get rid of the ladder that I just came up. We don't really need two up into this floor. This is another piece of the bridge. This is the top half of the bridge over the archway. And this takes us up into basically the cheap room of the inn. Little tiny space up here. Probably line that with some storage. Maybe I'll keep some stuff up here that I don't need next to a crafting table. Yeah, this is the layout. We will, like I said, we're definitely going to come back to this. At the end of the episode, we'll have hopefully some decor spread throughout and make it feel at least a little more complete. And again, on this side, we have the eating area, the balcony up there for a little dining area. And then this I plan on having as a kitchen. So we'll deck all this out and we'll show that off at the end of the episode. But for now, what we're going to end up doing is I'm going to build a bridge over to the little village area. And I'm going to put in my version of what a Hytale villager home would look like across the river and across where the bridge is going to be, which is going to be right over there. But I also have some stuff to upgrade because I know we can upgrade our armor and weapon stands, and we may end up upgrading our crafting bench as well at some point during this episode and get all of our stuff moved up to adamantite. Yeah, this is what we're working with. So let me go do that, and then you will see Dale looking a little bit different, hopefully in a little bit here. All right, as promised, I think I have everything all situated to upgrade these workbenches. And this is everything that we've gathered recently. Spent a lot of time in the desert getting that chitin. I have a ton of adamantite. So let's get these upgrades going. We are now tier 3 with our armorer's workbench. And we definitely have enough materials to make everything we need. I'm curious what my health is going to go up to after we fully upgrade to adamantite. Currently we're at 161, so we will see. But we are also going to update our blacksmith's anvil. So we are at max tier for that as well. So we might do a sword, and we definitely have to do the daggers. Because at this point, for the mobility, I can't really live without the daggers. And I'm pretty sure we have exactly enough heavy leather to do everything. Might not do the bow. Probably don't need the bow. I do like the crossbow, because it shoots 6 bolts. Alright, let's get ourselves all decked out in some red armor. I think we gotta do the shield too, right? I don't know if the shield helps. Like, if the better shield, the less stamina it takes when you get hit while blocking. I'm not sure. Oh, and if I haven't talked about this yet, there's a little eye icon right here where you can show and remove showing your armor. So you can still have the armor attributes, but you can have it hidden. So I do love this armor, but that helmet is it's a little ridiculous. So we might get rid of the helmet so we can see Dale's face. But now for the weapons. Yeah, we have just enough. So let's do the daggers first. Heck yeah. And let's do the sword. Yeah, we are completely out of heavy leather now, so we might have to run around and kill some bears. Good deal. So we are fully kitted out. Alright. Now we can start showing off some building. I think we've earned it. Alright, so we threw together just a quick version of a bridge here across the river. So this is basically taking us across the river from the Inn and the Tavern over to where we're going to build the village area. So on this side, we're going to have all the different homes. We're going to have some basic villager homes. We're going to have probably a blacksmith and like a woodcutter and things like that. But I think this is a decent attempt at a first bridge in Hytale. Again, like everything else, I'm sure this is going to go through a bunch of iterations, and we might expand on it. We might build it up even higher. We'll see. Maybe we'll build another one farther down the river as well. But for now, I think this suits our needs, and we can get across the river pretty quickly. So now, just like always, we have our foundation down for our villager house. So again, this is just a quick, what I would think would be a basic villager house in Hytale. Starting with, obviously, the stone foundation. We have some stone bricks, and we have some mossy. Just throwing in some detail. We're going to do these dark oak planks for the flooring on the bottom floor. I'm just going to add a couple of posts at the corners to give a little bit of depth. Something that I used to really like doing in Minecraft, just to give an extra layer, give the roof an overhang. And then we'll throw down our front steps. I really should be building during the day so you all can see everything I'm doing here. So what I'm going to do right now is we are testing out building on a 2-block center instead of a single block center. I think that's going to give us a clean attachment to the roof. One thing that I did on the other one is I was just building kind of I don't know, like a support beam type thing that was connecting the roof on the other build. I think that's probably what a lot of people are doing. So we'll see which one I like better. If the clean roof look is good, we'll stay with that. But I do want to test out some different blocks for the walls here. And I used to love building with bone blocks because I think I said before, kind of gives it that like plaster wall look. And I think that tends to look really good for villager homes. I don't know if I'm going to go with the bone blocks in Hytale, though, because when we were building the other one, the wood trestled blocks, I mean, that's essentially what a plaster block is, and it seems to fit really well. So, I don't know. This repeating pattern on the bone block might not be what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm going to take it down. We'll test the wood trestle block and see how that looks. All right, we're back and we have the right type of block now for the walls. So I'm just going to give the door kind of a little door frame. I think the wood log look is going to look nice next to this trestled block. Okay, I do like how if you put one of these down on top of a mossy block that has the moss hanging out over the floor, it gets rid of that moss that's on the inside. I was kind of worried about that because it did not look good. So let's build up a little bit of this and see what it looks like. Maybe we won't do all of the walls this way. Maybe we'll just do like an accent wall. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like and we'll make a decision after we throw some of these together. We'll do some windows and these centerpieces. Yeah, we'll probably go too high. I think too high is fine. I feel like building in Hytale, the buildings are going to take big footprints. Because like normally I would do a villager home and it would just be a single story. And you throw a bed down, maybe a crafting table, some little decorations, and call it a day. But in Hytale, I don't know, it just feels like it needs to be bigger. Like I'm gonna have to do a second story and maybe add a balcony to it. I guess I would do that during my playthroughs on Minecraft as well, but I don't know, it just feels right. With the 2-block jump and the ability to travel that way, I feel like everything just needs to be higher. Alright, so far I'm not hating this. I still don't know if I like having the walls fully like this. It feels like a lot of vertical lines. But I don't know, maybe once we have it fully put together, I'll change my mind. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Right, we crafted up the rest of these wood trestled blocks, the white ones. So we're gonna finish up these walls on the first floor and see how it looks with all the windows in and all the wall blocks completed. We added a full frame all the way around the house, just to make it a little bit easier to throw this roof on and make sure we have the depth across each side of the home. We'll probably go one deeper on the back and the front after we get a good idea of what we're looking at here. I don't know if I'm going to show me putting every roof piece on. It gets a little maddening. They don't show up like all the other blocks do after you rotate. And it's really easy to misplace roof blocks. And so I've been getting a little frustrated. But we'll get it done. And maybe we'll move on to the second floor, or maybe we'll start the balcony. We'll see how I'm feeling. Didn't want to put you all through the pain of watching me struggle putting down roof blocks. So skip to this part. We're gonna start putting the balcony together, I think. I like the way that upside down stairs look as kind of like a support block for the balcony. We'll find a way to make it look like it's engineered correctly to maintain the weight, but we'll see what we can do with the blocks we have. Huh. So you can't climb up if you're in an open doorway. That's kind of strange. Alright, how do we do this? Maybe I'll do a little bit of a frame on the outside. We'll definitely use some fences to give a little bit of a railing. Maybe I should finish the floor first, make this a little bit easier. So we're gonna have to connect some roof pieces over the top. This might also be a little bit too small. So we're definitely gonna have to tinker with this one a little bit and find out what actually works and what looks right. Yeah, the balcony might take longer than anything else, I think. It's gonna take a while before I actually feel good about it. I do like how easy it is to get the roof to kind of blend together if you're using the same roof block. Well, except for that one, apparently. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mess around with this a little bit, because I don't think this balcony is big enough. Let's see. Attempt number 2 at the balcony. So I think adding another couple of steps here is going to make that piece look a little bit better. And I do have some birch fence pieces, so we're going to have to get rid of this bottom post. Okay, those do connect right, but okay, I didn't think about this part. So I'm going to need a 90-degree angle for it to connect and turn, because I don't like the gap being there. It looks good from the front, but yeah, that gap is not good. We're going to make our lives a little bit easier, throw down the second floor roof. I believe this is just the decorated hardwood planks. I liked the texture on the top a little bit more, just and the bottom, I guess, just because it's not fully planked, they're thicker. Feels a little bit better as a floor, I think. And it's gonna make me able to navigate the second floor a little bit easier without falling every 2 minutes, which is what was happening to me. And without any like support blocks, it gets a little bit difficult. And by support blocks, I mean scaffolding. Scaffolding is one of the best things in Minecraft for a builder, so maybe we will get that here as well. So I'm not gonna lie, I went through multiple iterations of this balcony. I had to do it off camera because I was getting really frustrated. We ended up making it a little bit longer coming out from the home, just so that we could do the 90-degree turn with the fences. And I added these full blocks so that I could come down with these support posts. And I think what I'm going to do with the support posts is connect them to fences for like a flower bed area in the front of the home. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to come from one closer because I don't think that's connecting with the post well. Yeah, no, it's not. I think if I come from one further in, it'll connect perfectly. Let's see how this looks. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so these posts, if you connect them at the 90-degree angle, it'll connect perfectly. But if you run the fence directly underneath it, it doesn't connect, which is kind of strange. But I think that looks better. And I did get some shears, and if you use shears on bushes, tall grass, you can cut them and then you can use them for decoration. So I'm just gonna throw some stuff down real quick. I'm sure I'll replace these at some point, but for now we'll just have something in here. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, that's not too shabby. I do like the balcony a little bit more as it is. And I added some shutters on this side. We'll probably do another flower bed over there. Added a little bit of lighting. And threw in this hole for a window over on this side. But yeah, it's turning out okay. Good view from the balcony. Maybe we'll grab a couple of windows so we can see what it actually looks like completed. I've been staging all of my stuff all the way over here, which is kind of a pain running back and forth. I might have to get a little storage area going across the bridge in the village. Profile doesn't look terrible. Kind of interesting where the balcony roof attaches to the rest of the roof, but I don't hate it. We'll see how I feel in about a week, and maybe we'll change it up a little bit. Throw the windows in. I don't know. I think it looks good. Maybe the second floor will be our storage area. See what it looks like back here. Oh, I need to add the roof pieces. All right, that's what we'll do now. So I think this is home complete for now, until we add some decoration and maybe some more details. Threw in a flower bed over here. I don't like that the fence doesn't connect to the post. Hopefully they'll change that soon. And I'm probably gonna have to do like a windowsill or something around the window to give some depth there, but that's it. So with the house completed, I think it's finally time to do a full tour of the Inn and Tavern. Fully decorated out. Again, I'm sure we'll make some changes here and there, but let's take a look on the inside. And so we're gonna start our tour in the lobby area of the inn, which is through this door on the left side. So as we enter, we have some seating, we have our bookshelves, we have a desk for the innkeeper with a bunch of ledgers, little statue, and some lighting. Hopefully we'll get things like paintings and things of that nature that we can throw on the wall, but for now I think that's good. So this is our first room of the inn. We have beds, we have some chests, we have some wall platforms. I think they're called tavern platforms, and I threw a couple of trap doors on the sides as like desk legs. And if we go up this ladder, we make it to the next floor of the inn. So this is the higher class floor. We have a couple of beds. Again, we have some bookshelves and some wardrobes to put your clothes in, some lighting pieces, and a mosaic roof. Wanted this room to feel a little bit higher end. And then we also have our walkway, which I removed this wall so you could see down into the tavern area. So you can see where everyone is dining. And then up here, of course, is the cheap room. One bed, a couple candles, and we threw in some chests. Maybe we'll use some storage up here for some bulk items. But so far, this is the inn. Let's take a look at the tavern. So over on this side, we have our dining area for the tavern. So we have a bunch of tables, mugs, some food on the tables, and fun fact, thank you Reddit. I wish I had the poster's name for this, but I was trying to figure out how to place things on the table forever. I didn't realize you have to shift and then click, or whatever your crouch is, and then click to be able to put it down. Yeah, that took me forever. Luckily, Reddit saved the day. And then with the mugs, if you have your shield out and you have a mug, you have to put the shield away and then crouch, click, and it will place it. So, little tip for everybody who's decorating. All right, now we're in the kitchen. So in the kitchen area, we have our shelves. That's our meat shelf. We have our cooking stations. We have a chopping board over there. Right here, we have a sink with a couple counters. And underneath the stairs, little known fact, people used to grow mushrooms in cool, damp places in their home, usually under stairs. So we threw a couple mushrooms down there to be a little historically accurate. But yeah, this is the kitchen, tavern, and this is the inn with all the rooms. And that is the tour completed for now, asterisk, of the inn and tavern. And we'll go out on a nice night view. So I think that is the perfect place to call it. We got the bridge done. We got the villager home done. We have the inn and tavern fully decorated. I am looking so forward to building out the entire village. Maybe we'll do the marketplace next or start on it. Maybe we'll do the farmland next. We haven't really done a lot of farming. I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling. I think the next one I'll do something a little different. I do plan on doing some resource gathering, so maybe I'll do I'll play, you sleep video. Maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours of gameplay with some light music behind it. But as for now, that's going to be it from Dale in Hytale. If you enjoyed it, please drop us a subscribe, give us a like, comment on the video. It'll help us out a ton. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next time.